Yeah, we got no sound again, guys.
Ally down! If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies. Hey, great! You found another power key. Use it quick.
Be working now. I need that person.
This is bad. Somebody's
Arena.
down.
You're my
Exercise
savior.
extreme caution if you're going to help them.
Game sounds so dead. Like there's no music, no nothing. Game just sounds dead. Ground noise, nothing. Everyone's just dying out.
Great! You know what to do with that key. Ally down! If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies. Flying Nimbus!
It's like it might be escape time machine flex.
Thank you.
Guy's destroying E. It's not good because then he's just gonna camp C. So even if the escape time machine does come, if it comes to B, then we'll be screwed. So I'm just gonna head to A. Try to get out of here.
The escape time machine's ready to launch. Ignore the power keys. Get out of there. There's a beacon where the blue light is. Do you see it? Head that way fast. I've sent the escape time machine. Use it to get out of there.
This match was a waste.
escape time machine.
To quickly respond. Wait a minute, so you have all seen this happen to those demons back on Lord Beerus' planet just before and having to go and come here, Piccolo questions? Because, well, if you did, and if this isn't something that these creatures are using to try and get one over on us, then what is it? With Vegeta having to then respond, now I'm starting to see it, but if this is not the first time in having to watch something like this happen, then what exactly is that thing which seems to be consuming them from underneath like this? To which as Shadow Demon Vegeta was then beginning to be shown having to get pulled right under was when Piccolo then went on to quickly chime back in. Careful now, because this could ultimately end up being another one of their traps, and so we'll need to go and approach this with caution here, because we don't have a clue on just where that vortex is going to go and take him. Just try not to go and let your anger towards that thing cloud your mind, because one wrong move and it just might be our last here, Vegeta. To which as Shadow Demon Vegeta was then shown getting pulled completely under as Vegeta was then shown making his way towards him was when Primal Blue Vegeta went on to then quickly respond, well, screw having to just wait around and seeing what happens, because I have grown tired of watching these demons continuously try and go and take advantage over us by using any and all available measures that they could go and get their hands on. And as I hereby plan on ripping this one apart before he is able to be pulled down under, and so hurry it up and fight your way out of being dragged right under, because you and I have a little score to go and settle, Vegeta shouts, as I plan on settling it indefinitely, since this one here thinks that he is the real deal when he is far from the original, and so now hurry and climb out of that wormhole and come and show me on what you're made of. But then, it was only just before Vegeta even had the opportunity in reaching the Shadow Demon clone version of himself before he was shown getting pulled right under was when Orange Piccolo then went on to quickly respond, he's gone, Vegeta, and because there is no telling on where that thing was taken or perhaps what those things are planning on doing next, we can't simply go by risking it and having to stand around here and complain about it when you and I both know that this war involving these demons is very far from being over, and so we'll need to go and remain focused at the task at hand before we end up losing ourselves, as Vegeta went on to then quickly respond, curse these things, as I just know that if our battle had been drawn out for just a little while longer, Vegeta says, then I know I would have went and buried that creature beneath the weight of my full power by atomizing his remains and proving that the original will always be superior when compared to a knockoff copy. To which as Beast Gohan was then shown having to quickly interject himself was when Gohan then went on to quickly respond, well, never mind that for now, because there is still a lot of work that needs to go and be done here, and while these things are still continuing to go and stand up against us here, Gohan continues, we've got to go and try and use everything within our ability to hurry and destroy these monsters before they end up getting worse for us in the meantime, Gohan adds. Then so while there are still things that are currently going on that may in fact be outside of both of our controls and current understanding from within the moment, Gohan continues, this is now going to be our one and only chance for us to go and seize this opportunity and having it go and tip within our favor in wiping these creatures out once and for all, so that way we can go and try to find and help Whis out in having him defeat Lord Raijin for good. To which it was only just as Shadow Demon Gohan was from that point then shown having to knock Beast Gohan directly towards Capsule Corporation was when Dr. Hedo then went on to quickly respond, oh no, as I don't like the looks and sound of all of that shaking that's going on all around out there, and so are you sure that we shouldn't just go and leave and get as far away from this place that we possibly can, Dr. Hedo says? Because you and I both know that if this doesn't stop, then the whole building is going to come crumbling down on all of us, with Bulma responding, we are not leaving Capsule Corporation behind, Dr. Hedo, no matter how bad or how intense things wind up getting around here, and so stop complaining and just trust me here, okay? But it was only just upon with Beast Gohan now being shown having to crash right through Capsule Corp and having to land right in front of Bulma and Dr. Hedo was when Dr. Hedo then went on to respond, Earl's trust? Well, pardon my unenthusiastic ignorance for saying this, but are you seeing what's going on here? We've got to go and hightail it out of here as quickly as we possibly can while no one is watching us, because they are now beginning to go and bring the fight on over directly to us, and so this is not good, Bulma. And as you and I both know that if we don't go and do something about any of this soon, Dr. Hedo continues, then we'll only end up in having to go and lose our lives here within the process, along with everything that we have been working very hard and having to develop, not unless, of course, you may in fact actually have a plan here that I wasn't made very well aware of, and so what do you think that we should go and do here, Bulma? With Bulma responding, well, we aren't just going to go and bail out and leave everyone stranded behind, but I do in fact actually have a plan that just came to mind here, Bulma says, which we'll need to go and hurry and share with Gohan since he's already here with us, as I trust Gohan here more than anyone else with what I'm about to go and instruct him with. And so now while we have the chance, we have to go and hurry, Bulma says, as I will need for you to go and release the security code on the armband's chamber, because it's better for us to go and use every possible measure that we can go and get our hands on to win while we at least have a fighting chance here, Dr. Hedo. And as I'm only telling you this because there is no telling on how this is going to go if this ends up continuing, and so we'll need to go and act on our research and technology fast, with Dr. Hedo then having to quickly respond, the armbands. Right then, I'm on it, as both the security and defensive reinforcement measures have now been deactivated, Dr. Hedo says, which we will only now just have to wait around 90 more seconds until the chamber doors can automatically be opened, as Bulma then went on to address Gohan by shouting,
Good enough.
Can you hear me? Flying Nimbus! Trunks! I've set a super time machine, as well as a crate of supplies. Here's how to launch. Find the power keys, then place them in the right spots. You found a power key. Go slot it. That's a new power key. Place it now.
You're a big help.
We get the C and D key set. We're good from here. Civilians.
Someone save me! Thanks.
Great. You know what to do with that key. Flying Nimbus!
Someone! You're a big help.
It's D.
Flying Nimbus!
He have three keys, and he's still level 1. Best thing is for us to do is to all get level 2. Jump him at the time machine. We can find a and B key. Getting yourself
Watch out
done.
for enemies.
It's gonna happen eventually.
That's a new power key. Place it now.
Okay.
Please save me. You have my thanks. Thanks.
Access the startup system from the central area. Just a little more to go, then you're done.
Someone saves Dark. Saw a player who's level 0.
Holy
Can't do nothing this whole match.
Here comes a pain.
Maybe these 2 players already. You were doing so good. No one has a sense here. These guys just let you die, bro. Fucking losers. No support whatsoever, dog. You lost a level 1 bro.
Gohan, wait, as I know that there may not be a whole lot of time left, but I want to go and give you something that me and Dr. Hedo have been working on that I strongly do believe will go and help you guys out tremendously, and so just give me a second before you go, Bulma says. And as I'm telling you right now that you might want to go and hear the 2 of us out just before you go back out there, and so just stay, with Dr. Hedo then being shown having to respond, and not to mention that judging by how that demon had just went and flung you across the city and straight into Capsule Corp like that, then you're going to need far more than just brute force here, because what Bulma and I have been working on here just might go as far as to go and save your life out there, just in case if you end up finding yourselves in a very difficult situation. And so here, right now, and so just like how Dr. Hedo had mentioned, take these here, Bulma went on to then stick her arms out by responding, as you will need this just in case of an emergency, as Dr. Hedo and I had went and created a new fusion method in case the older variations happen to fail, Bulma continues, as these right here are what we'd like to call our CC Fusion armband devices, so trust me when I say that you just might end up in having to need these in case things continue to go from bad to worse out there. But just to know that these armbands aren't just your ordinary fusion devices here either, for we had engineered them with a new frequency calibrator, Bulma says, which ultimately means that they stabilize the fusion link through adaptive neural syncing, which in simpler terms, they keep your energy balanced out so that way the fusion lasts much longer than the fusion dance or the Potaras, Bulma says. And so now hurry and go and put one of these on, and go put the second armband onto whoever you figure out and who you want to go and fuse with right now, Gohan, with Gohan being shown having to respond. Wait, you two went and created a whole new fusion method through the means of having to go and put those armbands on, Gohan questions? And just how exactly is that going to work against those demons out there? Because what if those things just wind up and not having to work or something? For I've never went and tried fusing with anyone outside of Dad before, and so how sure can you be that this fusion method is absolutely going to work? With Dr. Hero responding, well, with the CC Fusion armbands, you don't need to go and worry about symmetry or timing, as the armbands automatically regulate your combined energy in compensating for any fluctuations between you and your partner of your choosing in real time, which on top of it all, the CC armbands are designed to redistribute stress points during combat in order to minimize any damage that is done onto you, which in simpler terms means that you'll be better suited to go and survive out there in case you are hit by something massive, with Bulma then being shown having to chime in. Right, and so now listen to me carefully, Gohan. Do not let these armbands go and be taken off no matter what, for they are the very lifeline to your fusion, and if either armband were to go and be ripped off by accident or by force, then your fusion will end immediately, with Gohan being shown responding, well then if that's the case, and if you are absolutely certain that these fusion armbands are going to go and give us the much needed edge over these monsters and finally having to go and put an end to this chaos once and for all, then so be it, Beast Gohan shouts upon being shown dashing back outside. So while I'll go and make sure that we don't go crashing into Capsule Corp like that again, Gohan adds, I'll go and keep what you both said about these armbands in mind just before they are used, as I think that I may in fact actually have the perfect person in mind as my choice to go and do this fusion with. But first, I have a little bit of unfinished business to go and attend to, Gohan shouts upon being shown dashing right through the entire city. And so now come back here and let's go and get this battle back on track between us, Gohan shouts, because whether or not you are a shadow clone of me or not, you will never be able to destroy what I am, demon. But then, it was only from across the field, with Beerus being shown having to land right next to full-powered Super Saiyan 3 Broly and having to oversee Sugami down on the floor, was when Beerus then went on to quickly respond, well, that didn't take very long now, did it, demon? As I'm sure that you must be under incredible amounts of stress and pain after going through everything that Broly here had went and put you through. However, little worm, I don't think that you and I are quite done here, Beerus continues, because there is still far more for Broly here to go and show you, isn't that right? As a matter of fact, why don't you go on and continue to show our little friend over here on exactly why both he, along with his demonic army, stand absolutely no chance in having to destroy you, Saiyan. To which all the while, in the meantime, as this was shown happening within West City, as we then venture on over and having to make our way inside of Goku's home, we only now take a look and seeing as to how desperate Goku was in having to search his entire house and finding something, as Goku then went on to respond, oh, come on, now where is it? Because I just know that it has to be around here somewhere, since I already just ran by the entire house and trying to go and look for this thing, and so where in the world did I go and put that thing? Because I doubt
really put me in a spot with no civilians, bro.
Give me the Dragon Ball.
I'm sorry, everyone.
You have my thanks. Give me the Dragon Ball.
Dragon, whatchamacallit? What
If
are
you do
those?
not have them, then I have no need for them. Give me the Dragon Ball.
What is that? Help me!
Eradicate it! Flying Nimbus! No way!
Close. Almost got away.
Where are the Dragon Balls?
I don't have any.
Where are the Dragon Balls? Very well. I'll make sure your death is quick. I apologize for the wait. Shall we begin round two? Now!
Yeah, that's the floor. Guess I'm moving quick over here. This guy moving so fast. It's actually annoying. It's gone. To get him though. Wasn't letting him go. E to D to C. Pavilion.
Gone now.
This guy just made away. I do have a dragon radar, so he's screwed.
Special beam cannon.
Give me my ball back, son. I just need to kill one more and get my level 4. Ooh. How many rockets you guys have? I have like 1,000 rockets, bro. Bro, this guy's in the wall. He didn't run away.
I will not tolerate failure.
Gotcha. knew he was gonna go in the cave, so I aimed right, a little bit to the right. Gotcha. That's one.
Out that Chi-Chi had went and found it and just threw it away like that, and so while I'm more than certain that she just couldn't have gone and thrown it away, then which cabinet could it be inside of, Goku questions? As I'll need to go and hurry it up before something similar to what happened with Raijin winds up happening again here, and so where is it? As I just know that I had it kept tucked away inside one of my old orange shirts here, but well, since I forgot that I had so many of these, that little Omni button could be anywhere. But let's see, come on. Let's see if I'm lucky, because this was one of the first places that I should have went and checked when I first got here. But come on, wait a second now. Wait, could it really be? All right, Goku shouts. I finally found it, and there it is. Zeno's little personal go-to Omni button, as I'm sure glad that Chi-Chi didn't just go and throw this away after she had went and washed my clothes. But now that I have exactly what I was looking for, it's time that we go and pay those little Zennies a quick and friendly little visit, since, well, I don't really want to just go and call for either one of them to come here, because, well, we all kind of already saw on what went down with Trunks' timeline, and so here goes nothing then. To which it was only moments after the fact, with Goku now being shown pressing the Omni button and now having to find himself on the Omni King's homeworld, was when Goku then went on to continue, and alright, there we go, as I knew that this was bound to go and work and having me finally be able to go and reach them, but just what in the world is that? For it looks to be some kind of a massive barrier that appears to be surrounding and encasing this entire place, but do the Omni Kings not happen to know about this or something? Because they just couldn't have went and missed this along the way, because while I can sense their presence from within, do they not happen to just so know that there's a massive barrier that appears to be sealing them both inside from within? And wait, are those the Super Dragon Balls as well? But the Super Dragon Balls, but they somehow happen to look a little different here as well. Like, they're somehow a lot smaller than how I remember them being, as there also appears to be some kind of a weird flowing glow of energy that seems to be swirling all around them here. But just what exactly does any of this mean? Well, whatever is going on around here, Goku continues, isn't something that we have a whole lot of time to go and try to figure out here, and so I'll have to go and hurry and go inside and see if the Omni Kings know about all of this, and so I'll need to go and stay sharp out here, which is simply because even if I am seemingly in the clear from having to go and deal with those demons down there, Goku adds, if I were to go and make one wrong move here, then I just might trigger something that I won't be able to go and undo later, and so I'll need to go and hurry and just explain myself after I go and find them, because unless they are just to come bursting out of these doors here, then I have no other choice but to hurry and go look for them. To which, as Goku went on to then burst open the palace doors, was when Goku then went on to continue, but where do I even go and start is the question here, because this place is just massive, and with their palace now having to hold so many rooms for me to go and look within, those two could virtually be anywhere in this place, and so I'll just need to go and try to hurry and check as many rooms as I possibly can, because not only do I not have a whole lot of time on my hands here, and with the others having to go and count on me, I can't just go and let everyone.
And I will send you to your grave. Finished already? A monster? No. I'm the
Can you hear me?
Flying Nimbus!
It's Trunks. I've set a super time machine, as well as a crate of supplies. Here's how to launch. Find the power keys.
To get all the
then
Dragon Balls.
place them in the right spots.
Get get a transfer at level 4.
You found a power key. Go slot it.
Is anyone out there? You're my savior.
Great. You know what to do with that key. Hey, great. You found another power key. Use it
Well,
quick.
let me go plant this D key real quick because I don't know where that E key is.
Flying Nimbus!
Yeah, this guy's doing that. Let me see the city again.
Great. You know what to do with that key.
Are you here to save me?
Holy hell.
That's a new power
Oh,
key.
man.
Place it now.
Welcome, thank you.
This is bad. Somebody's down. Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them. Ally down. If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies.
That level 2, he just gave up.
Flying Nimbus! An ally needs your help. You don't know what danger awaits. Think before rushing in.
Time control is duty, but I have to set this last key. I'm about to get my level 2. This is annoying. It's hovering over the key, bro.
Stay calm.
Okay, he is. He's not done. Turn this game off, man. Every time we get Broly, I'm just gonna quit from the start. It's ridiculous. You can't even fight this man. That's the guy with the Dragon Ball. Real smart.
Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them.
Person steals my drink.
Break.
The startup system's
Stealing
under
my drink.
attack. It's dangerous, so tread carefully if you want to get closer.
Hey, Spider 03.
I owe you one.
Now, state your wish. I shall grant you any wish that you desire. Understood.
Flying Nimbus! Ally down. If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies. The super transfer is headed your way. Take it now. I'll send some
See,
supplies to help.
I'm just gonna turn this game off, bro. What the fuck, man?
This is bad. Somebody's
See if
down.
I ever find the developers who made this game, they're getting beat up.
Caution if you're going to help them.
One down after coming this far already. To which it was only shortly after, with 15 minutes having to then pass by, with Goku finally discovering the room in which both of the Omni Kings just so happened to have been sleeping within, as Goku then went on to quickly shout, "Hey, yeah, there you both finally are, as I've been looking all over this place for you little Zannies, and so it's really good to see you." Hey, wait, are they both sleeping? Oh, you've got to be kidding me here. No, but how could they just go and be passed out like this and not realize on what in the world is happening out there, Goku questions? Oh, come on, you two, don't go and do this to me, especially not now. And so now please wake up, because we really need you guys now more than ever. Come on. Well, they're breathing steady, but there doesn't appear to be any signs of pain on them or anything, and so now please wake up if you can hear me, Zeno-sama. For we need you both now more than ever to come and help us, and so now open your eyes and wake up, little Zenny. Oh, come on. Why aren't either one of you able to go and hear the sound of my voice and wake up again, Goku questions? Oh, come on, little Zenny. As what else am I supposed to go and do here if you aren't able to go and hear the sound of my voice or even sense my presence? And so now come on. As I just know that the two of you can go and hear me under there, and so now hurry it up and open your eyes, you guys. Oh, come on, you little squirts. Wake up, wake up, wake up, Goku shouts. Oh, this isn't the best time to have you both go and take a nap here. Oh, and so damn it, Zennies, just open your eyes and snap out of it. Oh, what's wrong with you two? How come you can't both hear me? Oh, darn darn it. As I just know that I'm going to regret this if they go and stop and think about what it was that I just did here after they wake back up again. But, well, I'm all out of options here, and so I'll just have to go and hope that they aren't able to actually see me while I do this, Goku continues. And otherwise, I'm more than certain that they'll just end up wiping everything out if they do, and so now here goes. To which it was only then within these very moments now as Goku was beginning to slap both of the Omni Kings across the face extremely hard to try to get them to wake back up was when Goku then went on to quickly continue. Oh jeez, well I'm sorry that I have to go and do this, but now wake up, Zenny. The multiverse is in danger and we need for the both of you to go and help us save it. And so now wake up, Zenny. Snap out of whatever you are both dreaming about and let's get moving. Oh darn it, and that goes for you as well, future Zenny, or well, whichever timeline this one just so happens to be from. And so now wake up, Lord Zeno, as we are going to need all of the help that we can possibly go and get if we hope to make it out of this with our lives intact. And so now wake up, Lord Zeno. Oh, come on, just open your damn eyes and stop dreaming along the way because we need you, Goku continues. And so don't make me go and have to smack you both any harder than how I am right now. And so please just open your eyes and wake back up, Zennies. Wait, they're moving. Yes, Goku says. They're finally moving, but are they going to go and catch on to what I just did to go and wake them both back up is the question here, because, well, I'll have to go and be quick to think of some kind of an excuse if they do, but I'm not really entirely sure on where this is about to go here, but I'll just need to go and trust that they'll be cool about this. And so, oh, Zennies, can you both hear the sound of my voice under there? It's me, Goku. Oh, come on now. To which it was only moments after, with both of the Omni Kings then being shown having to finally wake back up, was when the present Omni King then went on to quickly respond. Oh, what's with all that noise, future me? And why does my face hurt and feel a little warm all of a sudden? Oh, and how long was I out for? With the future Omni King responding, well, I don't really know myself because my face hurts a little now too, but I was also passed out, and so I don't really know on how long we were both out for, with Goku then having to shout, "Hey, it worked! You're finally awake!" And boy, oh boy, does it feel really good to say that I'm glad to finally see the two of you again, Lord Zennies. As it has been a little bit of a while now, hasn't it? Well, either way, I'm still glad to see that you are both still here and at our side. To which, as both of the Omni Kings then went on to finally notice Goku, was when both of the Omni Kings, beginning with the present, then went on to quickly shout, "Hey, look over there, future me, it's Goku! Hi there, Goku, as it's been such a long time since we have last seen you, and so, well, thanks for going and making all of that noise when you did and having to go and wake us both back up, because we were so excited to have you back here alongside us and having to now see you again." Yeah, and I agree, the future Omni King then went on to chime back in, but what brings you here today, Goku? And did you just so happen to see the Grand Minister upon having you go and come here? With Goku responding, "Yeah, well, about that actually, because although it's good to see you both as well, little Zennies, I actually can't say that I did see the Grand Priest anywhere after I got here. Well, because he simply wasn't here. Nobody was actually, but I really don't mean to go and muddy the waters here so soon, but we seem to have a little bit of a problem on our hands, which, well, there's a lot for me to go and get into, but I'll need for you both to go and just come with me so that way you can go and take a look outside, so that way the two of you can go and see as to exactly what I mean, okay? Because, well, it's kind of important, and so I'll explain along the way as we go get a move on, because there's really a massive barrier that seems to be caging you both from within. And so now follow me, you guys, Goku shouts. And so now, while I know that you both might seem a little confused by all of this, but that's the truth of the matter, Goku continues upon being shown having to run outside of the palace, and with that crazy demon god named Raijin having to not only go and use his Dark Master demons along with his army to go and use the Super Dragon Balls to make the wishes that he did, but on top of it all, he also just so happens to have 2 of those 3 configuration cubes, which ultimately now means that he is only one step closer towards seeing this Omniverse that he kept talking about for himself. And so you can go and say that a lot has happened since the 2 of you went to sleep, which is why if we don't go and hurry and do something to go and stop that demon god Raijin from collecting that final cube, then there's simply no telling on how bad things are going to end up up getting around here, which is why we must hurry and get moving now. Wait, did you say that this demon god from the demon realm had went and did all of this just so he could go and find all 3 of the ancient configuration cubes so that he can go and try to gain access in crossing over into the Omniverse by using them, the present Omni King questions? And so you're saying that that's where all of this seems to be coming from? That demon god named Raijin was the one who went and started all of this? Interesting, but now why does that name of his sound so familiar to me now, the present Omni King questions? Or it's almost like I've heard that name before somewhere, with Goku then having to respond, yeah, well, things have been getting really bad for all of us within these last few days here, but the reason on why nobody was able to come and reach you, even if they tried to, was solely due to the fact that it was because of this massive dome that covers your entire palace, Goku says. And so here, and as I want for you both to go and take a look at this, and so do you guys see this massive structure that is covering your entire palace? Well, this right here is the giant dome that I was telling you both about, that those demons had went and placed over your palace by using the Super Dragon Balls. And so, do you think that there's any kind of a way that you guys can maybe go and try to get rid of this thing, so that way the others can go and have a direct contact with you since they need you? Well, to be fair with everything that you have said here to us, Son Goku, we actually don't like the sound of anything that you went and had mentioned to us about what was currently shown and having to go down. But we will, however, go on to help you in your cause, since now this happens to also involve both myself and my future counterpart here, as well as the future Omni King that went on to chime back in. Yeah, and that Raijin god that you speak of is already starting to really irritate my soul. However, don't worry about that barrier, the future Omni King says, because we'll go and take care of that little issue here right away. Isn't that right, present me? With the present Omni King being shown responding, yeah, I agree, and so let's go and get rid of it by shattering that barrier into a million little pieces. And oh, don't go on to worry about the Super Dragon Balls that are here currently with us either, because once we go on to find our Omni Guards, and once we are fully done here, the present Omni King says, upon having the entire barrier now being shown getting blown into millions of pieces, as we'll just simply go and have them look after the Super Dragon Balls while we go and take care of other more important matters at hand, with Goku now being shown having to place his fingers on his forehead by then responding, alright, now we're talking. Hey listen, I'd love to stay and chat with you both for just a little while longer, but well, I've got to try to hurry and go and make my way back on over to Earth and go and help everyone out against those demons, but and I promise that if you need me, then I won't be hard to find. But I'm glad that I was able to go and free you both and wake you back up, because things just seem to be getting worse and worse down there. But I gotta run, as I'll be sure to go and pass the information along to the others while I'm down there too, and so I hope that you are both able to go and find the Grand Minister alongside those Omni Guards, because truthfully, we can go and use all of the help that we can get our hands on to go and use against that demon god Raijin, and so I'll try to go and make sure not to go and lose my head while I'm down there either, and so I hope to hear back from you both soon. To which it was only just upon seconds after, with Goku now being shown having to use his instant transmission technique and making his way on over to Earth, was when the future Omni Kingdom went on to respond, well, I'm glad that we were both made very well aware of the troubling events that have occurred since we went and had spent our time in having to be forced to go to sleep. However, with Son Goku having to mention that both he alongside the others cannot appear to reach the Grand Minister along with the Omni Guards, the future Omni King continues, then where exactly do you think that both you and I should go and start looking, present me? With the present Omni King responding, well, I'm not really sure on where we could go and check first, but it unsettles me to know that I cannot seem to feel the Grand Priest's essence anywhere within the whole of the multiverse, but I do in fact think that if both you and I were to go and synchronize our Omni essence into one, the present Omni King says, do I only then believe that we will be able to go and locate their life force signatures wherever they may be, since we cannot appear to go and sense them from here, which is ultimately why we will need to go and expand our search even further into the voids if we want to go and find them, with the future Omni King responding, well, if that's the case, then do you really think that we'll be able to go and find them, present me? As it would only now appear as though the entire multiverse has been thrown off balance, as I could sense the negative energy along with the darkness that consumes it, blanketing the cosmos, as this was more than likely the result of those demons and having to go and use the Super Dragon Balls to go and get what they were after, just like Goku had mentioned, the future Omni King continues, which ultimately had now resulted in the entire multiverse being thrown into complete chaos. But do you really think that our Omni denomination and combined search will go and deliver us the answers that we are looking for? With the present Omni King responding, well, it's better than just having to stand around around here and not try, as we are also to go and ensure that any and all access points which lead to the Omniverse are not to be opened or exposed for any of those demons to reach. And so now let's go and give it a go here and see, the present Omnikin continues. For this just might be a little harder than I thought that it would be, because I'm not able to go and sense much of anything with all of this negative energy and having to go and cloud our ability to go and search deeper into the void. But what say you, future me? Are you able to go and pick up and detect either of their energy signatures anywhere here? Because, well, I wouldn't be able to go and have a clue on where they could possibly be, especially if they're being held captive somewhere, because I can't think of a single location where the Grand Minister wouldn't be able to go and get himself out of. But what do you say, future me? Any luck in having to go and pick anything up here, or are you struggling just as much as I am in trying to find them? With the future Omni King responding, well, it's hard for me to go and get a good enough read here myself with how clouded the multiverse has gotten with all of the demon realm's influence, and now having to go and take over by slowly having to feed off of all 12 of the remaining universes. But, well, if I were an ancient demon god and I knew that one of the only things that stands in between myself and my goals is the Grand Minister, then what would I do in order to go and get rid of him, the future Omni King questions? Because since we know that he hasn't been destroyed due to the remaining angels still being active, the only other way that I could still see the Omni Guards along with the Grand Minister still remain active somewhere is if they're being kept held as prisoners. Wait, you don't think that maybe... Oh, but of course, the Omni Kings then continue. Prisoners! The Omni Guards and the Grand Minister are more than likely being kept held as prisoners somewhere, and so we should hurry and try to go and search some of the prison realms, because I think that this is where they might end up.
Can you hear me? Nimbus trucks! I've set a super time machine, as well as a crate of supplies. Here's how to launch. Find the power keys, then place them in the right spots. You found a power key. Go slot it.
Power key radar. Still need to find some more cubes.
up in having to be, but do you feel it too, the future Omni King questions? Do you also just so happen to sense that dimly pulse of power that is vibrating within the darkness too, with the present Omni King responding, prisoners, wait, yeah, I think I've got it! As the only other place that I could think of that I believe would be strong enough to hold such powerful entities would be the angelic prison realm, the present Omni King says. The same one that I think the Grand Priest had went and told us about a very long time ago, as that dimension was solely created to house the strongest and most rebellious angels imaginable, and so I think that that's where they actually might be, future me, as this would be the only other place that I could think of where those demons may have went and had taken them all right into, with the future Omni King responding, hey, I think you're right, as their life force energy appears to be pulsating and directly coming from the angelic prison realm, which only now goes as far as to explain on why we weren't able to go and sense them earlier, because they were being kept as prisoners down there the entire time, present me. And so now if that's where they are more than likely being held captive, then what do you think our plan should go and be? Because I really want to go and pay those demons back for almost ruining everything, but at the same time, and I really want to go and watch the Grand Minister in action like how we've seen him in action against that fallen angel that we have destroyed named Murno, and with the Super Dragon Ball still active and within our possession, what do you think we should go and do now that we know as to where they are? With the present Omni King responding, well, now that you've mentioned it, I kind of want to go and see that go down here now too, because it's been such a long time since we went and saw the Grand Minister in action back when he was shown in having to go and beat down Murno, and so now I say that we should go and help set him free while also giving the Omni Guards the orders and having to go and look after the Super Dragon Balls to restore things to how they were, and in the meantime, both you, me, and the Grand Minister will go down and pay those demons a little visit that they will surely never go on to forget, and so now let's get going right now. Back within Universe 11, as the Pride Troopers were then shown having to fight off the invading army of the Demon Realm and having to now fight on a desolate planet far within the universe itself, to which it was only just upon with our heroes now being shown getting outnumbered but still holding the advantage over said demons, was when Dispo went on to then quickly respond, oh man, and just how many of these things are there that they continue to go and pour out of this demon realm and into our universe like this, despite the amount of times that we go and continue to get rid of them? Are you sure about this plan of yours here, Topo? Because no matter how many of them we go and clear out, they won't stop coming. With Topo responding, we will need to go in and trust that the plan which we have devised will work within our favor in due time, since we'll need to go and keep our eyes fixed on clearing out the task at hand, because if the strategy that we all went and agreed upon prior is to go and become a reality for us while we are here, Topo says, then we will need to go and use this planet as bait, so that way we are able to go and lure the ones that we are looking for right into our trap, and when we do, Topo continues, that's when we will go and finish this fight by using everything that we have once and for all. And so now do not falter and do not waver during these troubling times, Pride Troopers, for we are not without each other, which says more about us than it could ever possibly go on to say about them, fellow troopers, so do not yield no matter the cost. Oh, and you're absolutely sure that this isn't going to go and somehow backfire on all of us in the long run, right, Dispo questions? Because this just might be our one and only last chance here to go and finally put an end to all of this if the plan winds up in having to work here, with Topo responding, indeed I am, and so while I'm not entirely sure if everything will go exactly to our liking here when considering on how many of these demons will continue to go and pour inside of our universe, what I will go on to say is that no matter how many of them continue to try to show their face, and no matter how long we will need in order to go and ensure that we are successful here, Topo says, by the end of this battle that we continue to go and wage here, there is going to be nothing left of these creatures that will be left remaining, as we are going to be the last faces that they will ever end up in having to see just moments before their inevitable annihilation. And so now we will wait and continue to drive their forces back until the right time calls for us to go and take further action. And so now whatever you do, Dispo Topo continues, do not go and allow for your willpower to waver, for we may be outnumbered, but we are certainly not. But then, it was only now just behind Topo from out of nowhere as a massive elite demon that goes by the name of Gamo went on to make his presence known and having to attack Topo, was when Gamo then went on to quickly respond, in all my time of being one of the mightiest demons that stood between victory and defeat on behalf of my fellow masters who govern it, never was I ever graced with the chance to go and encounter a more immortal warrior who was next in line in becoming the next god of destruction within his own existing universe, but now that I did, I am going to make sure to go and enjoy every bit of what I'm about to go and do onto you, mortal. To which, of course, the elite demon Gamu wasn't the only individual to now show back up within Universe 11, because next to him, with Kodos now being shown having to step through the portal and now having to address our heroes, was when the elite demon Kodos then went on to respond, well, if it isn't Universe 11's proud little defense force that have gathered all together here in attempting to go and take us all down, as the so-called Guardians of Virtue are finally now all here to come and save the day now, are they? As your presence on this planet only goes on to further confirm what I had already known about this universe, Kodos continues, which is now that your absolute best and most powerful warriors have all gathered together in hopes of having them try and defeat us, Kodos says, you will never be able to go and forge the necessary strength that will ultimately be needed in having to do anything here that will stop us from destroying you, mortal scum. As beside me here stands another elite demon known as Gamu, Kodos continues, Scourge of the Voids and Devourer of Resistances, in which together we shall go on to break the very spine of this universe in the name of our Master Lord Raijin, whose fury will sweep across every universe, and you, my fellow Pride Troopers, will only go on to serve as being the first who will endure every bit of what is about to happen here, because with millions across this universe and having to already have been destroyed by us, you will all soon go on to follow in their footsteps once we have had our fill within this universe. To which, as Dispo was then shown having to attempt to attack Kodos, Kodos was immediately shown having to be the aggressor here, and not only having to catch Dispo's punch, but also now being shown uppercutting him in the stomach, as Dispo went on to then quickly shout, like hell that you are, because maybe you weren't made fully aware of just who exactly we Pride Troopers truly are around here, but even if you don't go on in thinking that your empty threats are going to be enough here, and being what'll ultimately, whether you fear me or not, is irrelevant to my cause here, Pride Trooper. Kodos immediately had then gone as far as to interrupt by striking Dispo in the stomach. And then so now let me go and make something perfectly clear to all of you, as I didn't come here to stumble back into this universe to negotiate, nor did I come back to reason with any of you, but instead, I came back in order to cleanse it, Kodos continues, to grind this defiant little pocket of your so-called order into millions of tiny pieces, in making an example out of each and every single one of you, as once your blood has soaked into the soil here beneath you, Kodos says, history will remember your clan in being nothing more than a footnote in the face of Lord Raijin's dominion. And so now don't worry about the fate of your universe along with those who reside within it, creature, because once you are all gone, and for those who cannot already be turned and having them join our ranks in serving directly under Lord Raijin, will they only then be met with utter destruction, as they too will be destroyed without a trace. And since you would rather go and continue to choose to stand in opposing Lord Raijin rather than having to go and submit yourselves and having to join him, Kodos says, your fate was sealed. And so now disappear within the voids of the darkness that we hereby now cast down upon you. What the, Kodos then says? And just what exactly is this supposed to be, Pride Trooper? To which, as Dispo was then shown having to acknowledge another presence having to then be shown, it only had now appeared as though Dispo was very happy to see the individual that just so happened to have arrived, as Dispo then went on to quickly respond, actually, on second thought, Demon, I think you have far bigger problems that you will have to now go and worry about, as I just knew that he would go and show himself sooner or later, and so now you've done it. Which it was only just then within these very moments now, as surprisingly enough, Universe 11's God of Destruction Belmont was then shown having to make his presence known, and also now having to be shown wearing his original Pride Trooper outfit, was when Pride Trooper Belmont then went on to respond, oh, how I miss the days of when I was wearing my original Pride Trooper uniform like this, but I honestly must ask, Demon, was it the isolation of this planet itself and having you send such powerful life forms on it that had ultimately tempted you into coming onto this world, Belmont questions? Because I do honestly find it quite amusing to some extent that you would go and decide to come into Universe 11 and already expecting for your very presence to go and shift the tides within your favor, when in reality, this here is my domain, Belmont continues. And unlike the weaklings that you had went and found yourself in having to go and prey upon, I, on the other hand, don't run and I don't beg anyone for anything, Demon. And so now let this moment here go and sink into your very soul, because in just a matter of a few moments, Belmont continues, you will ultimately begin to understand on why this planet was chosen and why I didn't just simply come here to destroy you myself, because this world was actually meant for something far greater. Something that will rip you apart in ways in which that I could never even match myself, and because this was something that I already knew was never meant for me to go and deal with myself, Belmont says, there is someone, as a matter of fact, who actually does, and so I wanted a front row seat in having to witness the events of what is about to take place here within Universe 11, and as I just can't wait to go and see the look on your face the very moment you go on to realize that for all of your cruelty and for everything that you have went and done to try to break the spirits of those who reside here, Belmont says, that you were never truly the apex warrior that you thought of yourself in having to be, and it isn't even close when having to compare yourself to those who truly are, Demon. But I'll just go and have you find that out all on your own, as I can promise you that it won't be long now until you do. Well, if it isn't Universe 11's God of Destruction, Belmont, Kodos responds. So, I see that you have taken it upon yourself to go and stick your nose where it doesn't belong, but I do find your little warning just now to be quite the interesting one, actually. Because are you suggesting that this was all some kind of a ploy in having to go and draw me onto this planet, God of Destruction? Because if this in fact proves to be really true, then who are you eagerly anticipating that will arrive onto this world that will be what will define me, if it isn't already going to be yourself and having you come all this way to challenge me, God of Destruction? But then, it was only within these very moments now behind Kodos, as Kodos had now gone as far as to turn around and noticing Gamu being shown having to hit the ground, was when Destroyer Topo then went on to respond. Maybe you didn't go on to hear what Lord Belmont had just said in having to tell you that this was going to be the line that has been drawn, as you are now in way over your head here and you don't even realize it yet, but maybe now soon you will. For you may have went and had been without an equal with the exception of Lord Belmont once before. This time, however, Topo continues, it will not be as easy. As you yourself had already went and sealed your fate within this universe the very moment you had went and decided to return here, because we aren't the ones that you ought to go and be worried about here, Demon, for there is in fact another. To which as Belmont then went on to chime back in and having to see Jiren now appear from behind him, was when Belmont then went on to quickly respond, that's right, Demon, as your destiny will be met in having it go and be decided by the very man whose life you set out to ruin, which you ultimately now had coming for quite a long time. To which as Jiren then went on to make his presence known and having to kick Kodos away, this entire ordeal had only now proven to be the exact plan that the Universe 11 warriors were conjuring up this entire time, as Belmont then went on to continue. So you might want to go and choose what you say here very carefully from here on, because you have far bigger problems that you will have to now go and worry about here, and so good luck. To which it was only just upon with Kodos' body now being shown having to fly right past Destroyer Topo, with Topo being shown having to acknowledge Jiren, was when Topo then went on to quickly respond, and there we finally have it, for the plan had worked, and now that we have these creatures exactly where we wanted for them to be, Topo continues, our only chance here lies in having us go and deal with each and every single one of them right now while we still can, for we will go and attempt to try to contain this battle from leaking out onto other planets around us, Topo continues, as we will need to go and end this here before they are allowed to be given the chance to leave again. To which as Jiren was then shown having to acknowledge Belmont, was when Jiren then went on to quickly respond, listen to me, no matter what happens in the meantime here, Lord Belmont, that one there is going to be mine to handle from here on, and so I will leave the rest up to you to go and decide while I go and handle my business with Kodos alone. alone, and as I only hereby trust that you will go and grant me with this while I'm away. So then hurry and go, and don't worry about the rest of them, Destroyer Topo went on to then immediately be shown jumping in as Jiren made his way right towards Kodos. For we will go and handle these demons by ourselves while you go and handle what needs to be done all on your own in the meantime, Jiren, and so hurry and go before he escapes again. To which, as Kodos was then shown attempting to stand back up, was when Kodos then went on to quickly respond, "You again? Oh, I should have known. And so you're back for more now, are you?" And as I see that my words from earlier had finally managed to go and get through to you after all, well, good. Kodos continues upon now being shown having to fire multiple blasts at Jiren, and as I was hoping to go and run back into you sooner or later anyways after our last encounter, only this time, I don't plan on going and leaving you behind until I go and make sure that you are crushed beneath the weight of my power just as badly as your Wait a second, Kodos then stops. But just how are none of my attacks able to go and make direct contact with him, and watching him just casually make a mockery of my energy blasts like this? As he cannot possibly go and be that much more powerful than I am now, could he? Oh, but of course, Kodos continues upon now having to see Jiren directly dash towards Kodos and attempting to attack him. So then, you choose to still want to go and engage against me despite in knowing of the consequences that await for you now, do you, Kodos questions? Well, so be it then. And as I will go and do what I must if it means in having to finally lay this story here between us to rest for good. But I am rather surprised, as a matter of fact, Kodos continues. You know, as much as I can't stand the sight of having to even go as far as to look at you, this was going to be one decision that I will ensure to go and make you pay dearly for, Jiren. And because I now see that you are hell-bent on getting your revenge here against me despite in having to put your entire universe in danger, I just want you to go and simply know that you will not win, as you should have went and had considered as to what you were going up against here, Jiren. And that is simply because I would have allowed for you to go and live only if you had went and pledged yourself in having to serve directly under Lord Raijin, for you could have been so much more than what you had went and set yourself out in having to become within the moment, Kodos continues. But I suppose that not everyone was built to go and handle such strength if it were given to them in exchange for their undying loyalty. And as my strength alone will be what forges the fires of your demise here, Kodos continues upon being shown having to uppercut Jiren in the face, just as it once was when I had went and used that very same strength to go and crush your parents, along with your master and your entire clan, because as good as you may have gotten since the days when you were just a little boy, for the very promise that I had made just before having to go and leave your sights earlier is going to be the very promise that I plan on keeping, Jiren. But then, it was only just within these very moments itself, as Jiren was shown having to lean back forward and having to overhear what Kodos had just said, was when Jiren went on to then quickly respond, You think that you understand what true strength really is? For you and those who are just like you could never know what carrying that kind of weight feels like, nor could you even if you tried. For you have went and had robbed me of my family, my master, and my entire clan, in leaving me with nothing left but a painful reminder of their screams within the darkness, Jiren continues. And as this is more than just some kind of a meaningless battle to me, demon, for this very battle marks the final chapter in a story tragedy which you had went and had created, you vile